You ready? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Welcome back, everybody. Say, Josh. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Room 101. Y'all already know how it is. Roll that intro. Yee! Woo! Now, boys, so today we want to talk about our third
Huh?
Our third song.
Figure
We're going back to the 12 for 12, our third song.
Fourth. Well, in total,
It's our third song, yes.
Third song for 12 for 12.
Yeah.
Our fourth song in total. Yes, I'm not wrong. Okay. So it's our third song for 12 for 12, and
Yeah.
we want to talk about Good Day.
Dude, my mic stand is bouncing like
Sorry, I will stop moving.
Nicki Minaj's
I would just
booty.
go like this and not
He's
touch
doing
it at
this
all.
the time.
It's good.
Yeah. I mean, it's on you. Yeah.
I'll stay still. So
Possible.
Yeah. Impossible.
so that just fall over. Anyways, we want to talk about Good Day, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, this like I love this song, but at the same time, yeah.
Be
Ugh.
honest. Be honest. What are you talking about?
Okay, Good Day. Give y'all a little background. It's our first song, that we worked on together, right?
Yeah.
Sorry,
First song
am
we
I still
ever
getting
wrote
picked up,
together.
or doing it go like this?
No, I was just fixing this
Oh.
because it was bugging me.
But yeah, so Good Day was the song that we worked on together. Our first song that we worked on together.
Yes, sir.
It's first, yeah.
Yeah.
What was
First one.
What was y'all's thoughts about it?
First one we ever wrote together. And performed. That's our
Oh,
first
yeah.
original song we've ever
Yo,
performed.
that's true. We
That's
did perform
true.
it. Yo.
Yeah.
At our old school. I don't know. I'm trying to remember how the song came to be. Because I think I was just messing around with some chords.
I know exactly how it came to be.
All right.
Go ahead, Satch.
Tell
Take
This
it
was
away.
the beginning.
Father.
Tupo. But why? So Tupo was on his mission still. Tonu was not a part of the group yet. So it was me and Josh at the time. This is early on. This is like right after I got home.
Yeah, because
from
I
Montana.
was it the same day that I showed you what I had so far for Let You Go?
I don't remember that, but maybe. All I know is I was sitting at the piano, and I was playing in your basement, and you were just like strumming these random chords on the guitar, and I was like, "Yo, I like that." And I had the song idea before, kind of part of the idea, and I was like, "Yo, wait, play it. Doesn't it sound like kind of like happy, like good day type of thing?" I even said that.
Yeah,
I think I
you
exactly
did.
said that. And then we sat there and we talked about the concept of what it could be, and we're like, let's turn this into a song. And so you wrote the second half of your verse first. That was the first thing you ever wrote.
That's right.
And then you had that, and I was like, oh, say less. So then, like, over the course of the next week at work, I wrote my entire verse. And then you went back and I think wrote the first half of your verse. And then we had that. And then you came home, and we're like, yo, we're working on this song next to Let You Go. And you and I sat in my bedroom and wrote your verse. So that was the writing process, but how it came to be was just us chilling in the basement. You played those chords. I was like, oh, hey. And then you and I talked through the idea and created this whole idea.
Oh, that's right. Because I was showing you another like song idea that I had on the piano. The If I Don't Make It Home Tonight. And then you were messing around with that. That's right. I remember it now. It's pretty solid. But yeah, we won't go too into detail about what the song's about. Y'all can figure it out yourselves.
Can I say, too, lyrically, I think it's one of the best songs. Like, maybe it's just the way I feel about mine, but I'm like proud of the way I wrote that. Like, that's one of my favorite things I think I've ever written.
I think for me, because I'm not when I do songwriting, it's more leaning towards like rapping or like melodic rapping. So besides like maybe Quarantine, I think that's the only other song that I actually do sing. So like coming up with, because when you listen to how each of us sing our verses, mine is like basic, like singing, at least for me, singing like melodic structure, because the rhythm, not the rhythm, but like the melody sounds pretty close to the chorus, just because that's what we wrote at first, and then you changed your verse around, and then even more so for you. So that was at least for when we first wrote this song, the challenging part for me. And then now I think mixing both the singing and rapping has been my fuse, at least.
Yeah. Tupo, give us some insight onto how you wrote your verse, or what's your experience creating the song?
Honestly, I remember me thinking, I'm like, man, I suck at writing lyrics. That's like, because I remember I'm like, I'm not the best at it. But then you're like, bro, you wrote these raps. Those are like the same thing. And I'm like, well, I can't really, sing it out. Like, I'm kind of like Josh. When I write stuff, I'm like writing into bars instead of into like, how do I explain it? The other one, or singing it, you know?
Yeah.
So when I wrote Good Day, you did the same thing. You're like, write about this experience. So that's where the lyrics came from, and that's how it came to be. I remember I was picking and choosing of like these experiences and these words that could rhyme and all that stuff. And I'm gonna be honest, that's the first verse I've ever. No, actually, never mind. The song that we made in high school. That was the first verse I ever wrote for a song. That was crazy. But yeah, for Good Day, I'm gonna be honest, it's for lyrically, it's good. And mine, I honestly, if you listen to the lyrics, mine's pretty straightforward, if anything. Yeah. Nah, but we made this last year? We made Good Day last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wrote that.
Yeah, we wrote it last year. It's our first song, and we released it in March. Yeah, March
this year.
Was that the plan for March? Was that the plan?
I think when we started the 12 for 12, yeah.
We wrote it, performed it. It existed for a while, but we didn't like plan out when we were going to release it. And I don't even know if we planned on. I mean, I think we always in the back
talked
of our
about
minds.
like doing it a couple months like after Let You Go dropped.
Yeah, we were thinking about it. It was one of those songs we could have dropped that right after Let You Go, but we just decided not to, or we just didn't. I don't remember.
Yeah, we just didn't. I remember after we finished, what was the one in February? It was Peace of Mind. Yeah, after we finished Peace of Mind, we were like, I remember going into this process, we were like, all right, Good Day should be easy. Knock it out, have a cushion. And I feel like that's where things went, like took a twist.
That's where things went south for us in the 12 for 12.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy because I feel like, I don't know, for me, the mindset was like, oh, we have a cushion. We're fine, you know?
We all were saying that.
Yeah.
We were like, yeah, we're good. It'll be easy. Knock it out like that.
It is an easy song. But it was horrible. I think that was the challenge for that song for that month wasn't the song. It was just us.
Yeah. It was, I think, the procrastination. I think we've all dealt with procrastination very heavily when it came to school.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Like, that's just, I don't think we're lazy. I just think we put things off. And maybe that is laziness. But I think as individuals, that's some of our, like, toxic traits. Would you guys agree?
Agreed.
Like, as individuals. So
Most
then you
definitely.
put us together.
Can I get a yay?
And if we're not careful, we have a Good Day experience. We dropped that song. It came out the last day of the month. Barely the last day of the month.
That song specifically almost like broke 12 for 12. Like, dang.
I was so mad.
So much happened because like we decided because I was trying to figure out like the EQing for the guitar. That I would get frustrated and annoyed. I would just leave it.
Yeah.
And then I got sick towards the end of the month when we decided to start recording
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where like me and Tupo couldn't do anything without guitar.
Yeah. So it was all on me, basically. Like the
Some
holding us
part of
back
it.
too.
But also it was on all of us about starting it quicker.
That's true. That's true. And then it was funny because we each got sick and we all each lost our voice throughout that month too.
Yeah.
It was.
I was the last one, and and then my dumb self decided to play it how it originally was played instead of lowering the key.
Dude, yeah, so we always had it on the 3rd fret.
I swear it was the 4th.
It's always been
there's
the 3rd.
another song I play that is on the 4th fret.
From the
so
very
that's
beginning of time.
Yeah, it was always on.
It was
the
always
third.
on
I
the
need to
3rd
listen
fret.
back to the recordings because
So
at this
then me
point,
and
I'm starting
Tupo,
to doubt myself.
Josh is like, I got the guitar done. Me and Tupo are like, sick, let's go. We start recording vocals. I'm like, Tupo, does it seem higher? We figure out it's on the 4th fret. I was like, dude, my voice. And we're getting over the sickness. So I was like, dude, I can't. Ultimately I like it and it worked out.
Because you sang it differently a little bit as well.
Yeah, it forced me to have to change, which is good because I wanted to figure it out because I didn't like the way I sang it before. So it was actually a blessing in disguise. But I was struggling and I was pissed. I was like, we're putting this off. It's not where it should be. I'm mad. Wah, wah, wah was me.
Wah, wah, wah. Shout out you.
No, but I feel like for Good Day specifically, we learned a lot about procrastination and how we shouldn't let it off. It's like, oh, have this mindset. Oh, we have a cushion. We're fine.
Yeah.
How did that experience specifically, or just that experience, help us with our our song process throughout the rest of like the other 2 that we dropped after that? How would you say that helped?
Well, I think in spite of everything so far, after a good day, it helped us stay in the mindset of starting the song sooner.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't say, like we're still. I say now we're doing a bit better with keeping up with everything, but even with the song after Pringles, that we kind of procrastinated with it also, just because of the thought idea, but we'll talk about that another time. But I would say that, and then like help us like, well, it did terrify us because it legit dropped the last day of the month and almost ruined the challenge for us. So it was like, we gotta be more on top of this because ain't no way we're gonna fail the challenge this early.
We were out there having movie nights with ourselves instead of working on the song. That's literally what we were doing.
Hey, we finished Game of Thrones though. It was pretty nice.
Yeah, that's right.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah,
Putting it off.
That's crazy. No,
Well, let's move into. I want to talk about, if it's okay. I want to talk about procrastination itself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of want to defer to Tonu, since you weren't a part of Good Day, but you know what procrastination is. You know what I mean? So like, let's define what it is first. Not like, I mean, everyone knows what it is, but like, what does it mean to be a person that procrastinates? Like how do you reach that point of procrastination?
Become a failure. No, I'm just kidding.
Clip that.
I mean, I think if procrastination is like really like putting things aside, like it's like the video that I saw earlier today was like a jar. It put golf balls, the more important things in life, and then he asked, "Is it full?" And the kid said, "Yeah." So he puts little pebbles like rocks, and it still wasn't like it. The kids thought it was full, but it still wasn't full. And then he puts a sand in it, and it was like, "Now is it full?" And the kid's like, "Yes." And he was saying that if you put if you put it in a different order, like if the sand was first, it would take over more of the room, and you wouldn't have enough room for the golf balls and the pebbles. And he was explaining to it that's basically how life works. If you don't put the golf balls in first, then you wouldn't have room for what you have, like the important things that we have in life, like our music that we're making, like you guys were making Good Day, right? So maybe that our music is the golf balls, and Game of Thrones would have been in the sand.
Facts, dude.
Yeah.
That's true, man. I feel like, no, that's a great analogy, especially for trying to overcome procrastination. Because, like you said, throughout high school, I'm not gonna lie, I was a big procrastinator. I feel like Sam, he talked about it. Josh, yep, we were all procrastinated.
Shout out to my math teachers for putting up with it.
Yo, shout out to all the teachers that helped us out throughout all of it. Honestly, we
All
graduated.
4 of us.
Yo, we all graduated though. Yo, all
Barely.
graduated.
Barely.
Yeah, some of us barely, but we made it.
But I feel like, just going back to his analogy, as we do put the more important things first, there's other things that can come later. You know, as we more put our focus where we need it. Our focus, our balance. Whoa.
I fall back on the principle of consistency. I think so. You know, going back to the analogy of the golf balls in the sand, and what else did he put in there?
Pebbles.
Water.
Pebbles.
Oh.
And water too, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. So that to me speaks to like prioritizing. So prioritizing fits into the principle of consistency in this way. For us, for example, for music, that should be something we're doing every day, which I think we do for the majority of the part. Like that's just something that's ever flowing in our life. It's part of our lifestyle. Prioritizing what to do in the music is where we struggled, I think, a lot of the time is, okay, what's something that needs my attention right now and something that needs my attention tomorrow? And I think, so for example, we haven't done a lot of social media at this time of recording. And we talk about it. We've got plans for it. We still haven't done it. So in a way, we're still procrastinating. And I think a large part of it is because we're prioritizing now the 12 for 12, which is good. But now it's finding that balance, being like, okay, well, for the 12 for 12, in order to release it by this date, let's work on, let's figure out the drums here on the song, the instrumental part of it. Let's really build a good part of that. And once we feel like we're in a good spot, okay, let's go over here. Now let's film some social media content and stuff like that. And so I think prioritizing but staying consistent is super important in beating procrastination.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Josh?
What about me?
How do you fight? How do you fight procrastination?
Dude, no, I'm still trying to figure out how to answer. 'Cause I suck at it, generally. Like, I mean, you guys put me on my toes. But
Everybody looks at the toes.
Was like, I'm still, because I have a agenda planner here somewhere. I use it for like a week, and then what happened to all my time, Like, I'm still trying to find that groove. I would say, like, now I'm, like, putting, like, bigger priorities above just because of experience with the last song. It was, like, just really finding the time and space for, like, the big things, and then.
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to figure that out.
Dude, Good Day scarred me in a way.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Because it was
Every
not.
time I listen to that song, I just think of the whole month.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
It did not come out the way it should have.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because we had unforeseen circumstances. It was because of us. And like, I don't know, man. Like, the Good Day was such a learning experience for me. I was like, I never want to be in that position ever again, for music at least. Which begs. What am I saying? Which brings up. Let me ask you guys this question that just came to my mind, right? We procrastinated school because we generally didn't enjoy school.
No.
Correct?
Correct. Yups.
We love making music. We're passionate about it. Yet we still procrastinated. And we still procrastinate. How and why? If you're passionate about something, how do you still end up procrastinating? Like, how does that work?
I feel like when you're working on something, like, like we're working on the music, right? and then like it gets like too much. Like we get stuck somewhere, and we don't know how to figure it out. And then that's where procrastination comes in. Is just want to like, you know what? I'm just gonna like take a break. And when you take a break, that that break becomes like a long break, and you just leave it aside and don't know what to do next. That's probably part of why we procrastinate on the music, is the struggling and being stuck on a point of
like the
song.
frustration, and then that sometimes can just lead to like completely giving it up entirely.
You just get frustrated.
Yeah. Because for me, like for that one in particular, it's the first time recording acoustic guitar into the system, so I wanted it to sound pretty good, and then I couldn't get the timing right, so then I would just say, "Oh, I'll do it later," and then that later turned into hours, and then those hours turned into days, and it's like, all right, time to get back on it. Then I remember why I stopped.
Lack of motivation.
It's just, yeah.
It's fair. What you got?
I feel like for this song, I mean, you point out good statements about how if you're passionate about something, why are we procrastinating? And honestly, I mean, going along with Tonu said, we take those breaks, and those breaks become days, which turn into, well, breaks turn into hours, turn into days, just turn into weeks, and we get to the point where we're like, dang. I feel like the 12 for 12, it's teaching us more than we would ever thought it would. You know,
Facts.
It's teaching us that the importance of our goals and how to achieve those, and when we put a time limit on them, they become more important. Time is especially important because it's free, but yet priceless at the same time. Dang, I said time at the same.
Dang, son.
The random deep quotes Tupo drops. That was
nice.
pretty good.
Well, boys, leaving it on those notes. Oh, Sam,
Yeah.
you want to answer your own question? How?
What's your thoughts on it?
Your thoughts about it? Yeah. What's your thoughts about it?
It's hard for me to understand and grasp, honestly, because, like, for example, I play basketball, and what's crazy is no matter how hard it got, no matter how many shots like I'd miss in a row, like a bad shooting day, even in a game or practice, just bad shooting day. My reaction to that was never to just walk away. My reaction was always like, all right, I'm getting on the free throw line. I'm hitting 10 in a row. If I don't hit 10 in a row, however many I miss, that's 2 down and backs, you know? So it's like I'd punish myself and whatever the case may be. But I never gave up, which is weird because essentially when you walk away and saying you'll do it later, that's a you're not giving up as a whole. Like, I'm throwing this trash in the way, but you're giving up in the moment.
Yeah.
And I understand there's a time to take a break, but I think it's important to pick it up as soon as you can. Musically, like creatively making something is a whole new thing for me because my reaction to it is much different than it was in basketball. So to be honest, to answer my own question, why do people procrastinate things they're passionate about? I don't think it's because you don't like doing it. I think it's just because most of the time you see the potential and you can't do it in a short period of time in that moment. You are just not performing at your best. And so because of that, you give up. And I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing now, but I think how we've learned from it is we kept going. Smile, even Pringles. The key there for Pringles was we were consistent. You can't. We'll get into it later, but you came up with an idea. You came up with an idea or something. Mm-hmm. It didn't work, so we scrapped it. Did something else, like peace of mind. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it would have been what it was if Tony wasn't consistently working on it.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a difference in like us as a group. We're able to not delegate, but everyone can contribute somewhere. Mm-hmm. And the consistency that I think we're discovering is we're relying on each other more. Where I falter, you can pick me up. And where you falter, I can pick you up. And I think we're starting to discover that. So, but individually in your own life, I like to say everyone reaches a point in life in general when you try new things or when you want to progress with something, get better at something, or you want to go out and do something different. There's a very uncomfortable feeling associated with that. And no matter what you do, no matter what kind of tips and tricks you can get from somewhere like this podcast, everyone reaches a point where you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, screw it. I have to step outside and try something. And I think ultimately that's what we did. People talk about there's mental health and issues that contribute to deterring your ability to do things. Mm-hmm. But even those people, no matter who you are, you reach a point where you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to try, because that's you making the choice and acting on that decision, which will bring on the necessary consequences for you to progress. So to fight procrastination, short answer, don't give up.
Just do it.
Nike.
Sponsor us.
Please sponsor us. Please sponsor us, Nike.
Those are pretty good answers.
Also, just sorry. I keep going, but I just wanted to mention there's a reason why we talked about procrastination after we talked about planning. You know?
Yeah.
Like a plan. If we don't plan out what we're doing for the week, how much do we get done?
Not that much. Zero.
And plus, we don't have we don't know where we're going.
Yeah. Like we don't know the goal anymore. Like we know the big goal, but we don't know the small little milestones we need to hit to get there we don't plan.
The little details that make out the big picture.
So procrastination, the way to fight it, create the plan. Follow through. When unforeseen circumstances come, adapt, change, do different things. Consistency is the key.
Yeah. Yep. Keep yourself accountable and just get it done, and make sure you just stay consistent.
React, adapt, recycle.
Ooh. Huh?
All right.
Recycle.
All right.
All right, boys. Well, thank you for those amazing answers. And we want to get into one of our favorite segments.
Segment what?
You already know what it is. It's Would You Rather?
Let's go.
That was too close to the mic. My bad.
All right, y'all.
ASMR.
We have this nice little cup right here.
I like that cup.
It's full of Would You Rather questions. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Who would like to do the honor? All right, okay. Josh, we'll just go straight in.
All right, yeah, dive in.
All right.
Was this the one you pulled out earlier? Pause.
Hurry up. Go ahead. Do it.
Josh. Can I change? No, would you rather find true love today or win the lottery next year? Did you hear that?
Say it one more time.
Would you rather find true love today or win the lottery next year?
Win the lottery next year.
What is true love? What does that mean?
What does that mean? Wow.
Let's get deep. What is true love? I don't know what that means.
All right.
Just for a second. Give it like 30 seconds. Go deep.
If you don't try and find a love that's true. Because if it's true,
guess what song that was?
Yo, go listen to it. It's pretty nice. Sam, I feel like you talked about this before.
Huh?
What is true love? Yeah.
What is true love? When did I talk about that?
I don't know.
Yeah, when did you talk about that?
I think this. I couldn't give you a clear answer of what true love is, but I once heard I forgot his name. I can't remember his name. But
Vincent?
No, it's like super. He's a very successful business guy.
Kung Fu.
And he's that big dude, and he's got like kind of a deep, raspy voice. What is his name?
Oh.
No. I love how you can still hear it in the mics.
I know. It's like he's whispering, but he gets closer to the mic.
Our other mics pick him up. Anyways, I can't remember his name, but he was talking about love itself, and he was like, similarities create love, but differences create passion.
Damn.
And so like,
Put
I don't
that
know,
on
I've
a
always
t-shirt.
thought about that. So take that for what it's worth. Go find that video somewhere. But I will say this. I don't know if there's like a true love, like a fairy tale of true love, but there's definitely compatible people for compatible people. And I think once you find a compatible person, you could maybe label that as true love. But like, for example, could I go out here and name my own girlfriend who's sitting across the room and be like, that's my true love? I don't know if I could do that. You know, we haven't dated that long, but it's like true love. That just sounds too fairy tale to me. But do we care deeply about each other? Yes. So I'm gonna twist the question. Would I
What's
rather
the question? The question. Okay, go ahead.
back to the would you rather? True love today or lottery next year? I choose lottery next year because I'm already in a relationship.
Say less. Say less. Josh?
They're the same.
Of course you.
How about you two, huh? You answer your question?
To be honest with it.
Yeah.
Be honest. Be honest.
Yes.
Money.
I almost feel like that's not honest, but okay.
Wow, they're gonna call me out. I'm kidding.
I choose the lottery.
Really? Why?
Then you'll find your true love then?
No, because I don't know what true love is.
Oh, fair. Okay.
Ooh, that's good.
But let's see. But who does?
Yeah. So
Yeah. I was thinking.
No, but that's the question though. No one starting out. No one knows what true love
I mean,
is.
what is love? No, just kidding.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Now you could attribute love to
Don't
like
hurt
whatever
me.
beliefs you have,
No more.
but it is an interesting question.
Yeah.
So you choose the lottery.
Yeah.
Fair.
Sorry.
I could respect that.
I was waving at the camera.
Because look, just because you can't find your true love today doesn't mean you won't find it tomorrow.
Very true.
There's a loophole in the would you rather because I love to find those. Because you specified today. Okay.
Like within 24 hours or
No,
the
no,
end of
no,
the
no,
day.
no.
Okay. I don't care. Hey, that means it could happen 2 days from now. So
Yeah.
I'm going with the lottery because I know I'm gonna hit the lottery next year.
Lottery.
Yeah.
$200. $200.
All right, another
Hey,
one.
here's
Tonu,
Harry.
pick this one.
All right, Tonu, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, another one?
One more. Go
How
ahead.
many would you rather?
One more. Just one. Just one.
You can grab 5.
Just one. Just one. Just
One
just
per hand.
Just one. There you go.
Nicely done.
Speaking to the mic. Go ahead. Speaking to the mic. Speaking to the mic.
Would you rather have no friends and be rich, or have lots of friends and be poor?
I feel like I'm gonna be honest. I'm the second one
Like currently,
currently.
Same.
You have a lot of friends?
I definitely relate closest to the second one.
I relate. Okay. Yeah.
What's the point of having all the money if you have no one to share it with?
Exactly.
That's the point.
Yeah.
What? To not share it?
I mean,
With his
3 is not a lot, but it's a lot in my heart.
But look, listen. When I was a kid, I never
Yeah,
owned an Xbox
made
or
me
a
cry.
PlayStation,
Same.
but I used my friends.
Ooh.
Then that wasn't my intention
Actually.
of hanging out with them, but I didn't need one because I played with them. So I'd rather be poor and have no friends because you network through your friends and you don't need to make a lot of money.
Wait. You rather be poor?
Genius.
Wait. You rather be poor and have friends?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, you just said no friends.
You ain't got
Sorry,
that
my
new
bad. I
Xbox?
meant friends.
It's just like finding loopholes.
I like
right.
these loopholes in my. Would you rather?
It's
That's
you
my
don't-
favorite
you
thing
don't
to
have
do.
a PS5? I know several cousins that have a PS5.
I know. I got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bro, who's that?
It's like, man, I want to go play for free.
For free?
Say less.
Oh, dude. True.
All right.
Josh,
Huh?
what would you choose?
Yeah, huh?
What would you rather?
Huh?
I'm already poor, so might as well stay poor.
Oh, cool.
Dang.
Put that on the t-shirt.
That's a T-shirt.
I ain't pulling that up on the screen.
Oh, bro. Boom, right here. Boom, boom,
Pulls
right,
up-
right there.
Pulls up the Geo shirt.
You just,
Sam.
or for that, you just put a random photo of me.
Oh, I got plenty.
Nice.
Nah, but thank you, boys. That's Would You Rather. That'll wrap it up for us. Holy, good questions, good answers, good answers.
Nice.
Well, it's that awkward moment of how to end this, but
Take it away, Sam. Drop that beat.
Ooh, we might get copyrighted. Just kidding.
Oh dang.
It was off pitch, so we
Yeah,
should-
yeah. It was less than 7
Oh,
seconds.
it's off pitch. No, most definitely.
Less than 7 seconds. We're
All
good.
right, drop that actual beat or song.
Yeah, this is a good day.
I like
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Listen to that cheeky quality right there.
It's fantastic.
What'd you say?
Hey, we will do better. We'll re-record this, right?
One day.
One day, on a good day.
Probably not.
Uh,
I actually don't want
no,
to.
yeah. This
You know
one's,
what?
this
Never
one's
mind.
forever gonna be in the
But
archive.
it's a good
like
reminder of what never to do again.
It's a great reminder.
Very amateur-esque.
I like
But yes, y'all already know how it is. Josh, what do we say?
Tony, what do we say?
Go ahead, Tony.
Hold on. Wait.
Keep that peace of mind and keep on.
Y'all already know. Y'all already know.
You'll
He
get
almost had
next
it.
Time.
He'll get it next
Peace of
episode.
mind. Go on.
Keep on, but nice, close
Move
enough.
forward.
All right, then, y'all. Y'all have a great week. Love
One
y'all.
foot in front of the other.
Deuces. And cut.